Is the mic working? I don't know if the mic's working. Is this thing on? Everybody get ready. Right now, pause the movie you watching, pause the TV you watching. Everybody get ready because I'm finna let y'all know some stuff. Y'all gonna hear some stuff y'all probably never heard before, and it's finna go down. So get your seat ready, get comfortable in your chair because it's about to go down. Now, I don't know what all I could say on here, so for any other questions, y'all gonna have to catch us in the chat room of the Socialists. You know what's going on over there, but I'm gonna have to let a lot of stuff be known right now. Fighters with nutritionists. What are they for? What is your purpose? Like, I talked to a fighter today, a young prospect from Michigan, and he was just saying, look, I take food and water. And what's wrong with food and water? And that's the truth. What is wrong with food and water? It's like all these specifics that's going on. Like, you got a middleweight champion who's been taking supplements, because that's the new word for steroids. It has been for the longest times, but been taking supplements all the way back from '98. Had a shoulder injury, and next thing you know, that nagging shoulder injury turned into a supplement use. And in 2008, 10 years later, that person had upgraded to a whole different type of experimental supplements. Not alone, but with another former welterweight champion, who both had basically the fights of their lives on this supplement. So a lot of fighters don't know what supplements they are taking or what's in the supplement. That could be illegal. That could be hindering them, long as it's helping them with their situation or what they're going through. Like a lot of people, and you don't know unless there's some problems like digestibles or something like that, like absorbable proteins. Because one situation that I don't even know if I could even talk about, they didn't even find out the guy had failed. Let me tell you something too. Boxers fail drug tests, and they don't disclose it. Okay, it depends on how they failed the drug test. Just like Andre Berto failed it, a lot of fighters fail that test. They take what they call lithiogenics or whatever to supplement to help them cut weight. Then they have other type of proteins, which some of the protein powders that they was taking was helping them as far as not eating as much. It helps suppress their appetite by supplying a lot of muscle. And we probably seen this with a lot of athletes in the past, but they use this thing called ZMA. Okay, that's the zinc and magnesium and all that craziness, and that used to help you increase your testosterone. But some facilities they tweak the ZMA, the zinc and magnesium, and make that go up. And people were getting sick. And they were thinking some people had bad milk allergies. But I don't know what a lot of people have been told. But the majority of our bodies are not the same. This may come to a shock to some people. Asians, African Americans, or Africans, period. Latin Americans, Puerto Rican, Mexicans, whatever. Our gene level is not the same when it comes to the Eastern European. So milk allergies don't usually happen in Eastern Europeans. They don't seem to suffer from milk allergies. That seem to only affect people of color. So to have something like this happen, it's a rarity, and it makes people question the protein they were taking for the ZMA. So they went and they tweaked it, and what you have is creatine-based supplements with some steroids in them, you know. And GNC is a company that has sold these products before. The FDA pretty much don't approve any of these products, but they're sold around the world. And what you have is a lot of fighters taking these shortcuts. A lot of them don't even care. You know, you're gonna never see a lot of these supplements on the table. You're not gonna see a lot of these things brought up. You're probably never gonna hear the fact that these fighters have failed drug tests in the past and were allowed to go back, because it would come up as like you have a trace for something. That's all it would say. The same thing they're doing with Birdo now, when it comes up a trace, it would come up trace for something, and they were allowed to go ahead and continue, you know, or they were allowed to go to the doctor to find out what was wrong, because there was a lot of things they didn't even test for. So all those things that came up trace or whatever, that was just pushed to the side. They just wanted to make sure you basically wasn't using any drugs or any things that they listed for steroids. It was really, really just that simple. And if we're in the socialist chat, if you catch me over there, I'll start filling in some of the blanks that I'm leaving out now, because I don't know what I can say, what I can't say. But I can tell you one thing: one of the fighters got 3 lawyers. Okay, they all do different things, and I don't know who does what, so I can't really disclose any names right now. But if you're in the socialist chat, I can fill in some blanks. And
when Oscar first turned pro, he was beating very good fighters easily, but he was really turned pro at a weight too light for him. I mean, they kept him intentionally light so he could dominate naturally smaller opponents.
Look, everybody knows is that if they sat down and everybody agreed to a 50-50 deal, it's no longer an issue about drug testing. We've acceded to it, although in my mind a lot of what we were asked to agree to is ridiculous, but that's beside the point. The fight can be made, but it can't be made unless both sides are willing to do the right thing, period.
Okay, but did Manny Pacquiao and his team request 50-50, or did, like they say, you're like they're trying to implement that you
from the first negotiation?
Okay.
One understanding was, the time that it broke up over drug testing. From the beginning, it was always agreed that it was a 50-50 deal.
Oh, okay.
Now, Manny said, and I give him credit, that he would be prepared to do a 45-45 deal with the extra 10% to go to the winner. And that would, I think, create even more interest in the match. But in essence, that's a 50-50 deal, you see, because nobody objects taking a portion of the revenue and giving that portion to the winner, right? As long as it's done on an equal, fair basis.
Okay. And they said that, like Mayweather recently said in his media tour, that Pacquiao is not doing the same numbers as he's doing as far as generating money.
I think that
Okay, and that's why I was saying, would you be...
Gates that Pacquiao do are millions of dollars bigger than Mayweather's gates, and the number of pay-per-view buys that Mayweather has been doing exceeds Mayweather.
So would you be willing to like show them some statements, or is that just like because you know it is you guys are all a private company, you know, you don't have to go to the social media and show paperwork to say like this is legitimately what we did and we didn't make up any numbers, or are you just...
Well, the point is we know their numbers and they know our numbers.
Okay.
And the numbers are not very much different, but ours are higher.
Oh, okay.
And certainly the gate numbers is a matter of public record.
Okay.
I mean, you could go, and since the fighters have been fighting in Las Vegas, you can go to the Nevada Athletic Commission and get the report